All right. Hello, hello. We are back. Happy Friday. It's good to have you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a nice week. If anything, you're here. You get a chance to sit back, relax, watch my game freeze for a second as it struggles to load for some reason. Because yet again, I forgot to load the world during the break. But I did load it before I went live and then closed, so it went a little faster this time. Anyway, I actually didn't have any free time to mess around with it today. I went to my manager's birthday lunch. We went out and had a Mexican street food. I had some mulitas, and they were great. They were also not very filling, so I don't know if I'm going to be doing a long stream tonight or not because I'm actually a little hungry, and I didn't notice until I was already going live. Let's see. We could take Steeplechaser. That's a good one. Abundance Adaptation. I don't really do the healing. Let's do All-Rounder because I want to be able to take Blacksmith or Metalworker rather. That way we can take another point in Blacksmith to get the max quality. Beats percent speedrun from Mario Odyssey. I think you did, yes. It certainly sounds familiar, I'll say that much. But on the menu today, I'm thinking we'll do the smithy stuff, I think. I do want to get some bags, but I don't know if I've got enough flax for that. Do I need flax for the hide butchering bag? Shush. I do, yeah. You know what? I think we'll do the smithy stuff today. We'll do the iron anvil that I need. Do a charcoal, but proper charcoal pit. And I want to get a helve hammer up and running because I think I've got the material for it. Because it's just a little bit of resin. I gotta make the hammer head. But doing that out of iron should be fine. There's a... It's a toggle? Yeah, wooden toggle. Bat, resin. I think I've got plenty of resin on hand. Yeah, I've got 9. I did not check. Okay, so we got 2 days until that's ready. I think the commodities merchant is still restocking. Yeah, I think you've shown me that before, Pat. I think. Like I said, it sounds familiar. But on top of that, I think if I make a millwright windmill, new goods in less than a day, but I can't sell you anything. Would you shut up? I can pick up linen and I can make sails. I don't know quite how much I have, but even with just one set of sails, it would go pretty well, I think.
And now, Secret Horse.
Love that one. So yeah, I think we'll just do some reorganizing today, now that we've got food and stuff set for the moment. Might do a little bit of bone broth cooking while we're at it, too. Kind of want to move this tool out of the way so I can see my fields proper. Or at the very least, get rid of the ones that are... I mean, there are 3 tall, so they're always in the way. Nah, it's not that big a deal. So then, let's... How do we want to do this? I am thinking, though, I may just break down my bronze tools, save for my hammer. Actually, can you break down a spear? You cannot break down a... Oops. You can't break a spear down. But if I recover some of my, tools, I can, save some space when I pack all of this stuff up. Because I'm pretty sure I can chisel these down, right? Yeah. And then I can toss out the handles. And then repeat for the rest of our stuff. But I can't do the spear. I actually really never used this tin bronze falx. And nope, you can't break those down. That's fine. Okay, so we'll take... Let's clear the bar real quick. I will leave the rest of those. I do use those. And I'll probably... I can break the hammer down, because I've got the tin bronze hammer. You know, I should probably make iron versions of my other tools. My scythe and my saw and other sorts of things. I might do that once we've got everything moved and taken care of. Okay. I think that's just about it. I don't really need anything better than a tin bronze prospecting pick. Yeah, I'll just break these down, I guess. Well, I can wait on I can break the hoe down, I can break the scythe down. I get the nagging feeling I probably want to save the shears and saw until after I've actually made their replacements. Just a feeling. Hell, the scythe I didn't even make myself. I actually found it. No, I made the scythe. I didn't make the hoe. I found the hoe on my first day out in a ruin. That reminds me, I have to let the toolsmith dev know that the hoe doesn't have proper animation blocking for this. When you go to sharpen it, it does the animation. When you go to break it down, it does the animation. Just a little tweak that needs done. Okay, is that it? I think that's it. And I suppose eventually I can break the chisel down too, once I make an iron one. Alright, let's toss out all of these extra sticks and carved handles. And that should give us plenty of space to move the rest of our stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there anything else I need to care about here? Not really. Let's go ahead and pick up the ingot molds too. That I'm not using these crates. Copper, cassiterite, magnetite, and iron bloom. Okay. And then we've got our black coal here because I haven't made the charcoal pit yet. So these I will probably just set aside, and then we'll find a proper storage place for them once we've got everything set. Because I'd like to make a smith that's indoors. So if I want to do some smithing, like, say, processing iron blooms during a temporal storm, which we should have coming up soon, I can do that in peace without being harassed constantly. I probably want to make another chest. I don't want to... I don't want to use iron nails and strips to make a chest. I'll just do... I'll work a batch out in copper. 4. There it is again. I'm getting bits back for non-splits. That's weird. Why is that? It's probably another thing I should probably report to the toolsmith dev. Convert those to sortables. Alright, so we'll just put these here for right now. Go ahead and put this wood back before I forget. I don't think you can hear it, but one of my cats is complaining very loudly. What about? I have not a single clue. But I'm sure I'll figure it out in due time. She's got a... If it's Peanut, she's got a real way with words. Very nice. So let's put the chest in this one real quick. Now, how do we want to set this up? What the hell? Oh yeah, I covered this hole. Yeah, because there's a giant cavern under it. That's right, I remember. I had to do that for a couple spots here recently. So I probably, if I make a charcoal pit, I probably don't want to make it right here. Might be a good idea to avoid that. I would like a mill. May end up making more than one mill, honestly, with the amount of flax that we've got on hand. I could probably afford to. Maybe. Ah, shoot. Jump scared by gravity. The new low. Could make a main working area here. And then I have the helve off to the side here. Put the anvil down there. Do storage on the wall across. Maybe. I do need to make a dedicated spot for molds, ingot molds. Do I want to do the regular diamond pattern we've been doing for interiors? I mean, I've only done it twice, but I do like it. Then we could just do fanned cobblestone for the mold shelves. I don't know why I made this many molds. I can't fill this many molds with one crucible. It's kind of excessive, honestly. So if we do something like it's 2 each, so we can do that. Lining this up the center. And then we can keep the molds in the back. Do I want this to be odd symmetry or even symmetry? If I do even, I could fit the chest in it nicely.
And now, secret horse.
Hello. Hi, Kumi. Let's see. How do we want to do this? And I could just put the chest and I guess the mold rack there. Though I don't think I can put the mold rack down that back wall behind it. Yeah, that'll do. Oops. I may need to break down some more granite. And I need more clay. I've only got like 2 stacks. Where did my rebel hammer go? There it is. I do want to make sure that the corners get filled in, because otherwise we're gonna have like shivers and stuff spawning in the back, and that's gonna be really unpleasant to hear all the time. The wizard with a discarded husk of don't starve when you decide you need more clay. Alright, I may end up moving the entryway off to the side. Now, I don't have to worry about this area being sealed or like a cellar or anything, fortunately. What does it take to make diamond? It's like hammer, chisel, for rock and mortar? Yeah. But I don't think I can make it out of andesite, which sucks. Yeah, it's granite or phyllite, which is annoying, so I need to do some more tinking. You know, there was an update to Emote Lab recently. I wonder if they've got like a digging emote animation. That would be cool. Could still just buy Spine and do my own. But at that point, I could just do my own art style, and then I don't have to worry about this goober being this art style. I could do my own. But if I knew how to do that, I probably would have done it already. Kind of putting the cart before the horse there. You know, I had that whole spiel earlier this week about overcommitment and energy and depression, and it's like, man, when I come out of my depressive episodes, I have such great energy. And it's like, I really, really do not want to just overload myself with more projects, and then when I lose the energy again, suddenly I'm a horrible person, and I make all these commitments that I never fulfill. Not, gotta rein that in a little bit, right? Nothing wrong with being ambitious, but maybe also garnish it with a touch of realism. Balance the palette a little bit. Ah, man, I need more mortar. I need to eat. I'm about to starve. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll work on the smithy today, and maybe we'll do a surface cellar off of the kitchen. Ah. I hate having to eat in my hole. It gets the job done, but it's not particularly attractive. Okay, so we'll have the mold area here. I really don't need molds for much at this point. I prefer doing all the smithing by hand, even with like spiles and stuff. Just because I get the experience from it. And I need more experience if I want to get to this metal worker. Because getting to machine learning will be fantastic, and I'll be getting a lot of experience from using the Helve anyway. Maybe that's what I'll do. How wide is this? That's 1, 2, this is 8, and then 10? I could... Oh, this is fanned cobblestone, not diamond. Why'd I put that clay away? I'll try to make this symmetrical. We'll see how it works out. So 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Yeah. Now, how we're gonna do this, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so that goes straight in. And then we have the back wall. So... yeah, something like that. There we go. I need a spot for... I guess I could hang up all of my tools on a wall along here. Have all my stuff that's in reserve. And then I need spots for fire pits. At least one, if not more. Or I can do the helve off of the end of this. Do a fire pit in the center. And then I'll probably do the charcoal kiln in the back. That might be cool. Or do a charcoal kiln on this end and do the smithing off of this. I kind of want to make something that's like a T shape. I'm probably going to have to do some more quarrying today, too. There's going to be a lot of building. A lot of tinking, a lot of plinking. All sorts of noises today. I should probably go on a hunt for flint as well. Because I need to make more fire clay. How do we want to do this? Ooh, I could get some glass. If I have any left. But yeah, I've got a good bit. And we could put glass along the side. Ah, but I can't chisel this one, because if I chisel this one, it won't be sealed. You know what? I think we'll put this here, and then we'll chisel the corners down. That'll be nice. As long as there's internal walls, shouldn't be a problem. Of course, this is a really big room for charcoal. So if I do screw this up and it's not a perfectly sealed room for whatever reason, that's going to be a lot of wasted charcoal. So fingers crossed we do this right the first time and don't have any problems. Because I think the diagonal on the inside should be sufficient here. So I do need these corner blocks, this one and this one, but I can probably omit this and fill the rest of the room up. Now, the question is, how are we going to get in? I probably want to get in through the top, since we're going to be putting the, what's the word? The campfire on the top. How tall do I want this? There's a question. I mean, I don't want a huge room for charcoal, but I do want a pretty tall space for the smithing. I need the smoke to rise out, so it does not suffocate me to death. Asphyxiate me? I think that's the word. Is... No, asphyxiate is something you do, not something you have done to you. English is hard. I loved learning it in school, but there's just so many little idiosyncrasies to it. Okay. So, I think that should suffice. I kinda want to do... and cobblestone inside that, too. So granite gravel, granite sand... should be sand... gravel? No, other way around. There we go. I don't think that's going to be enough, but we'll see. I should double check this is symmetrical, right? It is. Okay, cool. Thank goodness. I was worried for a second there. Ah! Digging. Yield by... while panning. If I do yield while panning, I'll get more bones out of bony soil. I would like to do clay digger to get more clay, but I'm not going to use too much. I think increases your panning speed. I don't really cared about this much. Oh, I can't take mixed clay without taking clay digger first. Okay, you know what? Let's... How do I mark things for unlearning? Do I, like, right-click? Okay. Yeah, so I spent that point. So what I think I'll do is I'll take clay digger and then mixed clay. Because what this will do is if I'm digging a given clay type, there's a chance, and with both points it's 100%, there's a chance that I will get clay of a different type. And what it works out to is like getting a stack of clay, say red clay, gives you just a smidge of blue clay and
I don't know
fire
who you
clay.
are. I don't know what you
Who's
want.
that? Your boy
But I will
Smiley.
find you.
Hello,
and
thank you
I'll
for the
help
follow.
you.
I swear I've seen you around before. I want to say you're like one of Adam's friends? I don't know. That name seems familiar. But good to have you. Hope you're having a nice time. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, okay. I thought so. I was like, I've seen that name before. It's good to have you, though. Okay, I gotta make a decision. Do I want to grab the lanterns out of the iron mine? I kind of need those if I want to finish mining that vein out. I could probably find more, but... Ah, I see. Yeah, I think we probably played something together on Adam's stream. Maybe it was like Among Us or something. I don't know. That's the trouble with having friends who also have lots of friends is it's so hard for me to keep up with people. Okay, put the sand away, put the gravel away. It's dark as hell. I should probably just go to bed so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Married? He's married? He didn't tell me he was married. Congratulations to him. Damn. Good for him. Not me sitting out here by myself playing video games, talking to an empty room, single. No, that's good for him. how do we want to do this? So we'll do the fan cobblestone on the bottom. I want to bring a ladder up along the side. There we go. And we'll end up replacing this. I'll actually just do it now. Can't put ladders on the inside, unfortunately. We'll just put this here. I think I'll probably just do a 3 deep. This is a pretty sizable charcoal pit anyway. And you know what? I think I may end up breaking off the outer corners here and dig this out. No, wait, hang on. Do I want those? Yeah, I want walls on these corners because these are what gets chiseled, but I do want that corner broken out. There we go. It's all about consistency, even if I'm probably never going to be on this side of this building anyway. But yeah, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Man, I haven't really gotten to see Adam stream much. I don't think he has streamed very much. I miss watching him play Apex. Even if Apex is, to some people, a dead game at this point. I liked watching him play it. I actually really like Apex. I just can't I can't play it very well myself. So getting to relive that through him was kind of nice. Well, we're gonna do this out of glass. Because why not? I think I'll break the corner back down though. Like that. So 7. And then we chisel the sides. Really playing Apex because it moves too fast. That's fair. See, you say that, and it's like, I've watched people play CSGO before, and I'm like, I have no idea what the hell's going on. Anything like Twitch shooter, tactical shooters, I can't do it. I can do like the battle royale stuff. I'm just not good at it. Because my aim's terrible. But that's also just because I don't put enough time in for there to be any real practice, any actually getting better. I want to say he played Siege on a very rare occasion, and that was nice too. I do like that. It's just apparently the balancing in Siege is hot shit, and I've suffered that with enough games as it is. Not keen to add more to it. More to the list, that is. I used to be a big competitive gamer. I ran an esports club. I mean, shit. I ran the esports club at the university that Adam and I went to. And there was, for a brief time, a period where I was literally learning Korean because I wanted to... I was setting myself up so that I could take a trip to South Korea and watch GSL finals, Grandmaster StarCraft. I wanted to go watch it so bad. I still do. But then there was a pandemic, and when I graduated, so that didn't turn out quite how I wanted. Also, I was also learning Korean, because there was a girl I was interested in. and I wanted to learn Korean so I could speak to her parents because they didn't really speak much English. And then it turned out that her parents were just really racist. And that endeavor ended very quickly, which kind of sucked. But I know fragments of Korean now. If I were on this street and I needed to find help, I could probably do it. I'd sound like an idiot that has never spoken a word of Korean in his life, but I probably could. Ugh. Okay, where am I storing this rammed earth? So I'll just... Oh, wait, no, I'm storing it inside. That's right. Alright, we'll put the glass away for now. Let's go ahead and toss this charcoal. And take stock of where we're at. I need to get mortar so I can make more of this diamond pattern stone tile. Which means I need to cook up some... I need to cook up some lime. And then I want to make the main smithing area out here. Now, how do I want to set... I kind of want to bring the pulverizer in here? But I could also just put the pulverizer with the quern in a separate mill and leave this mill solely to the helve hammer. I think that might be better. Of course, I'm getting a little ambitious here. It's expensive enough to make one windmill as it is. Let alone two. Oh, easy to learn to read the alphabet. Oh yeah, Hangul is great. It's a little tricky. I mix up a bunch of my consonants every now and again. Listening to some of the artists I follow and trying to learn lyrics to songs, but it is pretty easy, and pronunciation's not very difficult at all. Like, once you learn how to actually read just the basic characters, when you start seeing them strung together into different blocks, then it's actually really fun to learn new words. The real trouble for me with language learning is literally just the rote memorization for vocabulary. I've always been bad at it. Like, syntax and, like, grammar rules, not a problem. I learn those easily. But just the bulk of the words is the hard part. That's the hard part for anyone, honestly. Okay, I think I need to put some lime on to cook, which means I probably need to grind it. Yeah. Set that to grind. I need to do some quarrying as well. Where are my babies? Where are my splitter plugs? There they are. No, fortunately enough, when I was a teenager, I was really into K-pop. Girls' Generation has a soft spot in my heart and always will. No, wait. No, it's KR. Girls' Generation is... They're not J-pop, are they? Oh my gosh. I feel like such a poser. I feel like a tourist because I can't remember. I listened to so many groups as a kid and I don't now. Ah, shit. Oh, I've dug a hole for myself now. I'll never live it down. Someone's gonna look back on this VOD after I upload it. They're gonna be like, see, he's just a fucking tourist. He doesn't know anything. He's just a poser. Oh, actually, I needed those ladders. Okay, cool. But there was, it was Girls' Generation, Kiara, and there was another one that was really popular in like the early 2010s, late 2000s. I don't really keep up with a lot of it now. It's a lot. The scene's so big. Not to mention, once you've kind of like seen behind the curtain how these groups actually get like, how they get treated by labels, it's just you want to support the artists, you want to support the performers, but you don't want to support the industry and how poorly it treats people. Of course, now my brothers, mostly my youngest brother, is really into it thanks to K-pop Demon Hunters. So there's a little bit of motivation for me to keep practicing my Korean, just in case he starts to learn it. It's like, why do you know Korean? Oh, I wanted to help my brother learn his favorite K-pop songs. It's like, it's random, but it's a reason. It's a justification. It works for me. Can I help you, miss? Well, you're not getting in my lap right now. I'm a little bit busy. Hmm? You knucklehead. Why don't you go chase your sister again? Well, I say that, but there's a bullying problem in this house right now. Where these two are competing for affection again, and when I start to show one attention and then I walk away, they immediately start to fight. It's annoying as hell. Join a league community. Ah! That's fair. I like watching, like, high-level Korean League, just because some of the builds are just fascinating. I need to look up, I need to see if there are some replays available for Challenger Shyvana, because now that the Shyvana rework is out, I want to see how people are playing her. There's a lot of complaints right now. It's like, oh man, AP Shyvana is so weak, and it's like, yeah, they said in the patch notes that they're trying to get her to not be an ability power poke mage, and you've got people still building like Leandries and shit on her, and it's like, I mean, you can, but you probably don't need to. There are probably going to be people trying to do like lethality Shyvana, but I feel like you could probably get away with doing like full tank. Go like Titanic Hydra and Hearts. Was it Heartsteel? I don't play anymore, so I can remember. It's the one with the really cool. It's like a second grasp proc. Is Gargoyle Stoneplate still an item? It got removed, didn't it? Because, God, I loved that item, and you'd think in the modern age where Mundo... okay, yeah, it did. Oh, gosh, can you imagine if Gargoyle Stoneplate still existed with the Skarner rework? Oh my gosh. Just this giant Skarner. It's like Cho'Gath all over again. But anyway, doing like tank Shyvana, and then you want to like build health, going off of her new passive, since now she's a late game hyper scaler now, but just tanky. Every dragon character in League of Legends is a scaling champion now. Because you've got Smolder, Shyvana, Aurelion Sol. I think that's the list. She needed to work. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, she's one of the older champs at this point. Like one of the older champs that just didn't have it. Because you had Skarner. They haven't reworked Blitzcrank, but I don't really think they need to at this rate. They just gave him some little tweaks to bring him up to speed with everything else. Changing his ultimate passive, I think, was a good decision. They will probably... It's what, Kassadin's what, a season... Kassadin was season 2? He's probably not getting changed. He might... Maybe he'll get, like... He got a visual update, but I don't think he needs an ability rework. He's pretty solid as he is. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. Trying to think. All the champions I regularly played when I played League were pretty solid. I played a lot of... If I had to play top lane, I was playing Scion. If I were to get back in the game now, I would want to play jungle. And I'm not sure which champion I'd play jungle, but I think I'd probably end up playing like Hecarim or something. I think Hecarim's great, even if he's kind of right now. He's alright. Yeah, it's getting too late game, and especially in higher elo, you're running against the clock. Can you survive early game long enough? Can you drag the game out long enough to make it there? Of course, I don't have to worry about high elo, because like I said, I was a hard-stuck silver support main, because I had no mechanical skill. Oh, my game froze. I've got a few like comfort picks I really like. I like Brand. I like Morgana. I liked Zyra. Zyra jungle is probably still viable-ish these days. It was fun. I guess there's Darius jungle, since they tweaked his bleed to deal more damage to monsters. His ganks aren't great. Singed jungle, maybe? Like, your ganks with Singed jungle would be fantastic, but... Gosh, you'd be invaded like every other game. I like Singed, though. I said I like Singed. I'm not talking to you. No. Damn, Echo Dot. Prefer melee supports. Yeah. I started out playing League with Enchanter supports. I played a lot of Nami, Karma, Soraka was my first. I played a lot of Sona. I do not like Seraphine. I'm mad about Seraphine still because I'm convinced they made Seraphine to sell KDA skins, to justify KDA skins, because they couldn't put Sona in it because Sona is mute and cannot sing. What they did for Seraphine, I think that they should have worked into Sona's kit. And I'm still mad about that. I know a lot of people are like, oh no, that's not how it is. That's not the point. I don't care. I don't care. I will die on that hill, alone if I have to. Tarek's a great melee support. You can play Tarek jungle too, and I think it's not great, but I mean you have like a really strong clear at least. Once you've got some like a tier and some more mana, build like a Frozen Gauntlet doesn't exist anymore. Iceborne Gauntlet, yeah. Uh, the whole thing with Seraphine, they made a Twitter account, for they made like a fake Seraphine Twitter account, and it was like really like actually kind of, a lot of people say cringe. I thought it was kind of creepy. It was like imitating like an idol, but it's fake. It's fiction, and they was like interacting with real. The account was interacting with real people, like it was a normal person, and it's like, ooh. And her launch skin was KDA, and I like the mechanics of the character, but they, if I remember right, they made her like her lore was something to do with the. Is it the? It's not the Ixtal, whatever Skarner is, and his race in Shurima, and it's like, her little platform thing was made by Jace, and it's powered by the core of like one of those things, and it's like, why? Why are we getting more lore for things related to Skarner, and it's literally just abusing wildlife? it's abusing a sentient species. Skarner's Excel, okay. And like, I was in the minority camp saying, man, it'd be great if Sona got like some updates. Because like Sona's cool, but Sona fills a niche and doesn't have a lot of skill expression. And it would be cool to have Sona have skill expression. But no, that's not how it turned out. We got Seraphine instead. And again, you know, people who worked for Riot came out saying, you know, it's like, oh no, it's not Sona 2.0, it's a completely different champion. And it's like, you can say whatever you like. I'm still mad. I will, like I said, I'll die on this hill. Sona deserves better as a champion, but it's not that big a deal. It's really not. Okay, so then we've got this. We can throw shingles on the top. We've got the charcoal pit. I need to make sure that's sealed off completely. Instead of using the shingles to roof this, I just want it flat. But yeah, I tried getting into like tank supports before we started having melee assassin support. Actually, when we had itemization changes and it was possible to have one with Pike. And I was really only comfortable with Leona and Tarek. Oh, and Braum. Love Braum. Braum's great. Not great at him, but I mean, it works. I don't like Alistar, though. I know that Alistar fits a very specific need with crowd control, and he's not really meant to, like, have a lot of gold, get a lot of items. And he's kind of just a one-trick pony, but I just don't like Alistar much at all. I really don't. Don't like playing against him, don't like playing as him. If I saw an Alistar on the enemy team, I literally would just pick Morgana if it wasn't banned. It's like, bam, job's done. You don't get to play the game anymore because I can literally just stop your combo and it comes off cooldown faster than your combo does. It's like, see a Thresh? Morgana. You see a Blitzcrank? Morgana. Very easy, very simple. Nautilus was alright. I played the Hook champions, but again, with low mechanical skill, you're playing a Hook champion is saying to the enemy, I'm confident that I can do my job well and aim well. and that you don't know how to move out of the way. But in my case, that's not true. Oh, wait. Oh, this is 5 wide. Yeah, because I made... That's right, it's 5 wide. Renata Glask. Oh my gosh, I love Renata as a character. The voice, the visual effects, the mechanics. Oh! Favorite Zahn character, hands down, with Urgot as a quick second. Close second. I played Recon. Yeah, I played Recon. I think that's probably about it. You could do some really flashy plays, like Flash E, WR, things like that. Literally, like, just crowd control someone from a like lane and a half away, but I don't know. Engaged supports were just not really my thing. There's so many ADCs, play so passively. I do not like the shift in meta where, like, roaming is the expectation, and you're just kind of expected to leave your ADC at, like, what, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and then just not fucking come back for the most part. It's so sad to see because ADC's still in kind of an awkward spot, and the norm now is to just leave your carry to support the real powerhouses of your team. It's so sad to watch. Especially considering I did play ADC for a while, because I wanted to know what it was like living on the other side. And it's really sad. Unless you're playing with a bard and you know it's coming, it's just like... Oh, I'll get to be a real champion in a few items in like 20 minutes. Don't worry. We'll get there eventually. My favorite carry, hands down, no competition, is Jhin. I love Jhin. Jhin is such a great character. I love his aesthetic. It's a lot like Renata, honestly. I love the aesthetic. I love the voice. Oh, he's just great. Oh, he's so good. And the gameplay is just, it's, well, one, it's also not super hard, and it's just fun. Belief in a roaming sports to be a second jungler. More things than leave 3v1 gang. Yeah. I mean, it works. I don't like how it's turned out, but I get it. Okay. So, we've got our charcoal pit set here. We'll do... Oh, I didn't want to go in there. Well, let's just do this. We'll put our space for that there. So we have all of the wood that goes there, and then we put that there. And we put the campfire there, and we just seal it off. We need glass for that, I suppose. It allows me as a sport to have an impact on the game. That's true. It's not just kind of babysitting 24/7. You do have an actual job to do. I did like the... it sounds weird. I did like babysitting my carries, but it was also kind of, at least in low elo, where I didn't really know when or at what point roaming was good. It was kind of a double-edged sword, because if you had like a really toxic laner, you just have to sit there and kind of just take it Well, they're just being assholes, but you still have to fucking help. Now there's a justification in like, oh, my laner is really toxic and is performing really poorly. I'm just gonna leave and like maybe go play top for a while. Play Senna. I like Senna. Play Senna and then just like hover around your jungler for half the game, picking up souls. It's like, oh, this Ezreal could just play under tower. He's fine. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Gonna unplug this bitch in a second. Literally just having conversation. I need to put it in like another room. Okay. So I need to do more quarrying, unfortunately. I want to do some smithing. I'd like to get my iron anvil up. Where are we going to even put that? So this is the center. Probably have the helve out here. Kind of just need to make it. So we have the helve. I'll probably do a fire pit like here. Maybe do a fire pit in the ground. I don't know. Put some stuff away. Oh, it's about break time. Yeah, I think that's all right. Where's my grinding wheel? There it is. I really want to go to my iron mine and go get those lanterns, because I want to see this place lit up and nice. But it can wait. Because I know there's not really much to see right now. It's almost 10 o'clock at night, and even I'm struggling to see. And I've got my gamma for the game turned up. There we go. Well-maintained tools do a very good job. So, I'm going to take a quick break, just to keep the pre-rolls from going. But you won't miss a thing, I promise. Feel free to mute your tab, mute your phone, change to something else, whatever you need to do. I'll be back in just a few minutes. My tea is going cold. And I'll see you in a little bit. Thank you for sticking around. Yeah, I want to play it too, but I don't trust Vanguard as far as I could throw it. See you in a bit. All right, we are back. Hello. Let's have a quick nap. And I gotta decide, am I gonna go quarrying? Do I want to go get more iron? Do I just make more lanterns here? I've got the materials. I've got copper, I've got candles. I don't really have to go pick up the lanterns I've already got. When I could just make them here. I do need to grind that lime. Yeah, exactly. I was actually about to do that. I think I'll save the flooring for off stream because I'm literally I to get all the mortar I need, I'm literally just going to take 2 stacks of this chalk. I'm going to put it in the quern.
And now,
here.
Secret Horse.
And then I'm going to sit here and just let it go. And this is the fast step, if you can believe it. The slow step is going to be cooking it. Literally, I keep saying literally. Cooking a stack of lime to make quicklime takes about 30-ish minutes. Because the temperature resets for every piece that gets cooked. So I'm not doing that on stream. That's boring as shit. And even if I am going to ramble, I would like to be doing something with my ramble. You know? Like I've done so far, just yapping about League. So, no, we're not doing that. Let's get some more leather. I need to get I need to consolidate some of my liquids here and do some more. Alright, so we got a little bit of strong tannin. But we are out of 1 barrel of regular tannin. So let's go ahead and put that on to soak. Fortunately, we've got plenty of oak, so I'm not too worried. Get the large going. Got the small. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Hannah. Oh, look at those scraped hides. That's gonna make some really nice leather. OM flop. I see. I'm working on a smithy right now. I've got a charcoal pit in here that's unfinished. I've got an area for molds to be filled. And then we're going to put the mill, or not the mill, but the windmill and our helve hammer over here. How you doing? I'm doing well, Elias. I hope you're doing good. It's been a while. It's good to see you. I hope you're holding up. I think it's been a hot minute since we last spoke, and things are certainly chaotic at times. But I'm doing all right. I am finding a... Not finding. I'm trying to... How do I put this? I don't know how to put it. I'm just streaming. Taking things a little more seriously again. I'm trying to learn how to use a new editing software so I can start uploading VODs, and I'm probably gonna try my hand at like a Let's Play series of some kind. I don't know what game to do yet. I kind of want to do Satisfactory, but that one's really open-ended and has a lot of idle stuff to take care of. There's I've got a couple new games I want to try too. I've got Obra Dinn, or Return of the Obra Dinn, and Tactical Breach Wizards. Games that I gotta be smart for. What's the software you're trying? It's called DaVinci Resolve. I have completely gutted my PC of any Adobe software. I was tired of giving them money and funding their generative AI platform bullshit. The subscription was already like super expensive to begin with. And money's kind of tight for me so far this year. But I just needed a free video editing software, and I've heard good things about it. I just don't know anything about how to use it. The thing for me about generative AI is that I went to school, and in grad school I had a focus on machine learning and AI. It's less that I have a problem with AI, I have a problem with theft. Generative AI is cool if it's trained on things that are licensed and aren't stealing jobs from people. And, you know, disenfranchising artists. But, that's what's happening. So... Profit motivated bad. Exactly, yes. That is a good way of putting it, I think. We got the workbench. Where'd my anvil go? Oh, really? Where'd my anvil go? There it is. Over middle spoilers. Yeah. No jobs left in the field I studied. I went in for computer science. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real about it. I'm not the best student. I'm really not. And I did not adequately prepare myself for the industry for computer science. I will be upfront about that. I won't say I'm not ashamed to admit it, but it is how it turned out. And as a result, I had some really big name job opportunities that fell through. And I probably don't need to be making this here. So I missed the wave in like 2020, 2021, where all of the big tech companies were doing massive hiring sprees. I made it to finals in a couple companies. Google was the big one. I made it to the final interview set for Google, and I got thrown for a loop. There were things that were discussed in those interviews I had not heard in the entirety of my education. And the thing is, there are things you could look up online. One of them's like, how can you do a non-biased shuffle algorithm? And I want to say it's like the Newth-Yates algorithm or something. It's literally just look it up online and bam, you've got the answer. But I was expected to pull it out of my ass. Or that I had heard about it before. But because I hadn't, that whole interview was strained, and it was like me trying to divine a new mathematical proof by myself. When in reality, it was supposed to be a setup for some bigger problem, but I couldn't get to it because I had never seen the algorithm before. Like, there were papers written to get these algorithms. I don't need... Knowing about them and knowing how to use them is important. But because I had not been exposed to it, I could not answer the question. And funny enough, working for Google, you can't Google shit in your interviews. But I'm not going to sit and blame everything on my interviewers or anything like that. But I missed that window, and then all the junior positions are kind of being phased out for AI anyway. So it's like, on the one hand, it's like, oh, I missed really big opportunities. I would like, that's life-changing money. Just working at Google for a year or for 2 years, I could make that 120 grand a year sale for like 4 on top of another job. I would have a vastly different position right now. But I also like dodged a huge bullet because they probably would have shipped me out to like California or wherever instead of working remote once the pandemic was over anyway. And California's got like the highest cost of living in the country. Well, it's semi-obscure terms for things they can directly ask. How do you explain this concept? It's problem solving is what it is. It's a game. It's problem solving is all it is. What was I gonna do? I'm gonna make lanterns while I yap. I mean, I could grind. I could do my grinding now, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna work some metal for lanterns. Where's my saw? There it is. But a lot of tech interviews are playing the game, not necessarily like doing all the leak code questions or what have you. But it is your ability to respond under pressure and to approach problems in the right way. And if you've just not had that training, which my education did not offer, actually, it was all computer science, but it was not engineering, it was not working in the real world. Well, you're just kind of fucked at that point. Interview with one of the big efforts was very much a game. Yeah. Like, there's an industry behind helping people learn how to play the interview game. And one of my favorite stories that, funny enough, came out of this Gen AI bullshit, there was a student from Columbia that made a tool that was expressly made for helping you get through coding interviews, through virtual coding interviews. Because what it would do is it was an invisible like layer on top of your on top of your display. and it would listen into your interviewer's questions, and because a lot of tech interviewers don't make their own questions, they just kind of pull shit from leak code. It was pulling those questions from leak code and sites like it, looking them up and then walking you through what to say and what to do. But it was doing it on your monitor, because one thing that tech interviewers look for is, are you like changing monitors constantly? Are you pausing between what you're saying, to catch you trying to cheat? And this tool was meant to be a better cheat. It was literally advertised as a cheating tool. And when word got out, because he applied for Amazon, used the tool and recorded himself using it, and got granted the position, and then didn't take it. He declined the position, and then uploaded video of the tool working and used that as his pitch for the tool. And Amazon snitched on him, reported him to Columbia, and he got expelled. And then he promptly took the tool to market and made a few $1,000,000 off of it. And like, yeah, it's a matter of integrity as a problem, but I think it's commendable in that it's exposing a really serious problem in the industry. That even the big tech companies who are supposed to know what they're doing are just being extremely lazy about it. And their products suffer as a result. Maybe a renaissance of human coding jobs. Well, we are already seeing that a lot of companies that shelled out the cash for these AI tools are having to call former employees back because they fired all their junior devs, and they put in the tools, and the tools are writing code that no one knows how to read. Senior devs are getting frustrated and leaving. Well, senior devs are getting frustrated. I don't know any senior devs myself who would leave their job in this industry when it's just a constant race to the bottom for lowest paying positions because of generative AI. There's gonna be the more like generative AI scandals we hear about, like data breaches and whole prod repos getting deleted. It's like, you expressly told me not to do this and I did it anyway, and I'm sorry. You're so right. Those kind of stories. The more that happens, the sooner we will get back to some sense of normalcy, I'm sure. Provided that companies are willing to actually start caring about the human element. That's a pretty big conditional. Finding problems in code that ain't notated right. Well, that was already a problem for junior devs as it is. A lot of employers see Gen AI as a junior dev that you don't have to pay and that doesn't take breaks. Never mind the fact that you have like API keys to pay for, and that you can teach a human properly, but teaching an algorithm is far harder, and for some devs is a lot more frustrating than teaching an actual person who went to school for this shit. But maybe that's my bias kicking in there. I'm just an angry millennial, entitled millennial that's being phased out. Not really, but journalism about 2 years. It makes sense why they do that. I mean, it makes sense. It's not. It's flawed, but I get it. No, in the result now, especially with this generative AI stuff, it's not just affecting the jobs themselves, it's affecting the job application process. Where it's again, another race to the bottom of people making AI generated cover letters and resumes and using generative AI to automate their application processes with these convincing sounding resumes and cover letters. So now employers and the hiring firms they use have to use AI to filter through the shitstorm of terrible and potentially false applicants. Never mind the fact that there are employers making ghost jobs where they post the position even though they have no intent on hiring for that position, and they use it to collect resumes so that they can use AI to reach out to people for jobs. And it's just so fucked, man. Like, yeah, part of it for me is sour grapes that, you know, I fucked around in college. You know, my education was kind of iffy in some spots, but I also just wasn't a great student. On top of an industry that has got everything so totally fucking backwards, dude. Every 3 years you get new leadership that has to cut costs. Yeah, exactly. And it's an expectation at this point. It doesn't matter if you're hemorrhaging money as long as you plan to hemorrhage money. You just end up with this like superfluous self-feeding system of shitty software and shitty products as long as you're meeting like investor expectations and you're trying to push the limits, push the line, and utilize new technologies and cut costs. And it's just going to be cutting costs until you bankrupt your fucking business, and everyone at the top gets out with a golden parachute, and everyone at the bottom's just kind of left for scraps to go back into a job market that is just so terrible. And I hear all the time in... I'm just going to saw all of these. I hear all the time in like videos that get recommended on the market and such. It's like, oh, you should be changing jobs every 2 to 3 years, working your way up. And it's like, that's all well and good if you have the funds to do that already. But if you're in the bottom, like 66% of people, I'm pulling that number out of my ass, don't quote me. Bottom 2/3 of people who don't have enough savings to get by rent for more than like a few months, you can't do that. That doesn't work. And the fact that that's the expectation now by employers is only putting people behind. It is only hurting people. And it's hurting themselves. You can't do that. It's not it's not healthy for the person working. It's not healthy for a good business, but it's the expectation. We're so concerned with cutting the human element out of things and looking at reality for what it is, because that's not the way to make the most money and make the lines go up the best. It's a new generation of fuck you got mine, taken from the growth of the boomer generation, followed by multiple financial crises that don't affect them and don't affect people who have generational wealth. Oh man, I'm teetering on the edge. I'm on that political line. I gotta rein myself back. I'm gonna turn into the fucking Hulk.
Hi.
It costs 55% a year and profits went up, applied for a new job. Yeah. One guy that got the job at the wrong time when the bottom fell out because the last 9 managers eliminated all the backstop. That's the guy that screwed. Exactly. When you're the one that's suddenly the fall guy because everyone else has gotten out ahead of time. Ugh. And not gonna lie, I still hold on to the delusion that I might one day be able to turn content creation, even if it's somehow just me talking for a living into something that can sustain me and at the same time help other people. Advice is a product. Just entertainment is a product, don't forget. Um, because the standard job market is just beyond hope at this point. Fired up tonight. I mean, I am. I've got energy. I bought some pastilles, these ginger lemon drops, no sugar. They've got a few extra bits in there to help with the voice. So I'm not straining my voice or anything. And I have a nice, well, lukewarm drink, so when I'm talking about something passionate and I don't have my body fighting against me, there's that. I need to do more recording, but I didn't have the time for it today. I went to my I work remote, but I went to the office today to celebrate my manager's birthday. It should tell you how much I like my manager that I would leave my 100% remote job to go celebrate his birthday across town. So I didn't have the free time to do my recording for On Anger. You probably weren't here for it, Alias. I think that's how you pronounce that name. I've decided I'm gonna do some audiobook recording, and I'm starting with Stoic texts. I'm doing On Anger by Seneca. It's a near and dear text to my heart, and I've been told for years, it's like, you've got a great voice, you should do audiobooks, or do, like, videos, or whatever. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. I need an excuse for a creative outlet and to spend my time rather than just spending all of my time playing video games. I might as well. I've actually like started looking into I don't want to do audiobooks for a living. I want to do it as a hobby. At least at first. But I've been looking into like actual practice and tips and things for actual like voice actors and such. Yeah, I wish I had like a really good bass voice, but the truth of the matter is I'm like a baritone at best. I can hit low notes, and I like to sing on my own time. But it bottoms out. You get that vocal fry at the very low end of the range, and it's like I'm no Christopher Judge. I'm not Kratos from God of War. God, I wish I was. Oh, it would be so good. But I'm not, and that's a biological thing. It's like you gotta admit, when there are just things outside of your control. It's like I'd love to have like a Barry White kind of voice, Christopher Judge. Oh, what's his face? I can't remember his name now, but he does he's the narrator for Disco Elysium. I've got a clip of it sitting around somewhere. I love this one specifically. I listen to this clip every now and again when I'm like really down. Where is it? Oh shoot, I've misplaced it. Come on. Where is it? Oh, all my shit posts are in the way. I can't find it. I'll have to find it some other time, probably. But there's a really good clip, from it. One of the thought completions. Gosh, it's gonna bug the hell out of me. I want to play it, but I can't find it. It's the precarious world. Where is it? Here it is.
It's the precarious world. How not to lose? It is impossible not to. The world is balanced on the edge of a knife. It's a game of frayed nerves. You're pushed on by numbers and punitive measures. Pain, rejection, and unpaid bills. You can either play, or you can crawl under a boat and waste away. Turn into salt, or a flock of seagulls. Your enemies would love that. Or you can fight. The only way to load the dice is to keep on fighting.
God, I love that narration so much, and especially with like the really funny bits in the game. Oh my gosh, it's just so well delivered. I think, what is it? Volition is like my favorite. I've only watched Disco Elysium. I own it. I haven't played it because I know it's like a really long form game. I haven't done it for stream because there's not like a lot of gameplay. It's just kind of storytelling. Appetizer. Wait, is that the same voice actor? Oh my gosh, I never thought about that until now. He's what's his face from Ultra Kill. That's cool. I love the indie game voice acting scene where you get like a couple personalities that you can just pick out everywhere. Also, the studio behind Arc Raiders is now quote unquote re-recording. They didn't record. They're recording voice lines again, instead of just having their AI do it, because who would have fucking guessed just doing AI generated voice lines isn't the best fucking quality? Who would have guessed? God, I wish they weren't the way they were, because Arc Raiders looks like a fan-fucking-tastic game, because I wouldn't play Tarkov if you paid... Well, no, I'd play Tarkov if you paid me to, but I'd be really bad at it. But it looks like a great extraction shooter, but I will not support a developer that's going to use generative AI to save costs on an industry that's already fraught with exploitation and low pay. Like, hear me out. This is my rant about Arc Raiders and why I will not support them from an ethical standpoint. Yes, they paid voice actors to record lines. They did not pay voice actors to record all their lines. Yes, they took consent from the voice actors to use their biometric data to generate new voice lines. You know what you could have done? Pay them to record all of the fucking lines. This industry is super competitive as it is. And I've used this phrase like 3 times now. It's a race to the bottom, trying to compete for low-paying jobs or just not getting the job at all. By setting the precedent of recording some lines, but not all of them, and then using generative AI to do the rest, you are setting a precedent of saying, okay, instead of getting paid for 100% of this, you'll get paid for 60%, or you don't get the fucking job. So now the baseline is 60% of the pay if you're doing a proportional amount of pay for the voice recording. Yes, you are ethical in giving people money for the job they're doing. You are not being ethical by cutting them out of the rest of it and their livelihoods and bringing the baseline down for pay and competition. It pisses me off to no end. And to see that they're reneging on it now, but not entirely, that's the big part, is they are not doing all the lines. They're not taking A out completely. Still pisses me off because they haven't fucking learned the lesson. It makes me so mad. I'm fired about some things, but that one in particular really gets me. Things like this about the game industry specifically really just rile me up, because we keep making these mistakes and we don't have to. Like, yes, you're an indie studio. It costs a lot of money to do this. You knew that going into this. Who gives a shit? Treat people like treat people like people and pay them for their fucking job. All of it. 100% of it. But no, that's ethical. It's ethical AI. No, it's not fucking ethical AI. Even if they consented to it, it's not. It's just unethical in a different way. It's not theft. It's just extortion. Sisyphus, that's the name. Val Kilmer AI. Yeah, I want to say I heard about it. Oh, damn it! I, I broke the damn scythe down. Any development in Cleveland, Tennessee. Second. Yeah. Well, and who was it? James Earl Jones. They used generative AI for James Earl Jones in one of the more recent Star Wars movies, and ugh. And for Carrie Fisher, I think. Yeah, James Earl Jones and Carrie Fisher. They did generative AI stuff in movies, and it's just gross. Like, I get that it's an inconvenience, but have some respect for the dead. Come on. Like, what the hell? And like I've been told before that I'm like being over dramatic about this kind of thing, and it's like it's not that I'm being over dramatic. It's just that you're so fucking jaded that you want to support this so that you don't feel bad about it. I think you should feel bad about it, and that's why you're mad at me. It's just, it drives me nuts that we would go so far to deprive people of respect and decent treatment for the sake of profit. And then you've got everyday people who are not ever going to benefit from this shit in any meaningful way going to bat for these companies doing this shit because it's an inconvenience to have a conscience and to stake a claim on this. Yeah, yeah. The generative AI Darth Vader in Fortnite. Oh my gosh. Uh yeah, no, you mentioned before, doing long form content, doing podcast content. The trouble for me, I think, is I have a really hard time self-starting for that sort of thing. And if I'm being completely honest, I do still have some self-esteem issues that prevent me from uh confidently saying, "Oh, anyone can do this shit. Why can't I?" I have a hyperfixation on merit, so if it's like I don't fully know what I'm talking about, I just don't talk about it. But as you can see here, there's a lot of things I care about that I do remotely have an idea of what I'm talking about. But I'm working past it. That's why I want to do the audiobook stuff. I don't know if I'd start a podcast because it would just be rambling about random things. Or I could talk about the industry that I've never been a fucking part of. Like my whole story in my career has been wanting to do one thing or another, finding that the industry is actually just really shitty, and then backing out of it, and then being really sad about it. That's what it boils down to. Yeah, that's the thing, Alias. We we will never have the official knowledge of whether someone is or is not against their likeness being used in movies if they weren't around to tell people not to do it first. And it's so easy to write it off as like, oh, it's what they would have wanted. It's like, no, you don't fucking know that, you fucking vultures. Oh. And you can use the same argument, well, you don't know that they wouldn't. And it's like, yeah, so we probably just should default to not doing it. Against actors who experience what he did. Yeah. In a new world, still an island. Ah, jeez. Got some really unlucky world generation there. Okay, let's get some stuff moved around. I have this damn rubble storage, and I haven't even used it yet. Actually, I think I want to put my storage on the other side, I think. Do I want to bring the wall out one? Nah. But no, there's I defeat myself before I've even started on something. I can hear the arguments made by people that I've never and probably will never interact with, saying like, "Oh, you've never been in the industry. Why the fuck should we care about what you have to say about it?" And it's like, that's a good point. But don't listen to it. If it makes sense to you, cool, listen to it. If it doesn't, fuck off. Find someone else to listen to. But I feel like I can do that without turning into like a Joe Rogan or a Charlie Kirk or anything like that. I don't need to be a provocateur. That's what I mean by those things. I don't need to be a provocateur to have something meaningful to say. If I am dead, I don't consent. Well, funny enough, your body parts cannot be harvested from you without your explicit consent in your will or prior or by your family's consent. But your likeness can be. It's funny how that works, isn't it? It's a little weird how we have more respect for people's bodies than their legacies. Or maybe it's that there's no existing legislation on these things, and our current legislators have a vested interest from moneyed interests to not regulate these things if it means they can put more money in their pockets. Gosh, I'm getting political again. It's like this, it keeps coming back to this. Man, like it's almost like you can't escape it. It just keeps happening. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ugh. Another thing with podcasts is I feel like again I'm not particularly self-starting with these kind of things. So, I have to be set off. It's like I'd have to podcast with someone. I'm sure I could come up with enough topics ahead of time to do some. It's just a matter of shaking off that self-consciousness, right? It's like, no, I've got meaningful things to say, maybe, sort of, kind of. It just kind of like peters out. Straight man comedy too. It's funny. I'm used to being the straight man among my friends. It's like being the voice of reason, if just the very angry voice of reason. Controversy conversation driver. Yeah. But that's why I like streaming, is I can just have nice conversation on stream. Plus, once I've figured out how to use DaVinci Resolve and I get video exports for this, I could just put the VODs up through Twitch. Twitch has a native tool that lets you export VODs to YouTube. But I still get hit with the music licensing during my breaks, even when I'm paying for it, and it's really frustrating to deal with, so I'm just not gonna do that. It's just kind of annoying. Where is my torch? Where's my torch holder? There we go. Gosh, I love ranting. I really do. Because I've gotten all this cool work done and been making meaningful conversation during all of it. This looks really nice. I can't wait to get the floor done. Also, I should probably, I think I'll put these iron on the bottom. No, I'll leave them there, and I'll put the rest of the metals on the bottom, because I've got some copper and cassiterite to put away. This is really fun. Use the tool, cut breaks, and do YouTube for Mario. Yeah, Because I've got a VOD, I've got 3 channels now, actually. I've got my VOD channel, I've got my main channel, which was me doing edited videos of my content, but the problem is I don't have enough free time to really go through hours worth of content every single day for all of my VODs. And truth be told, I think the what I have to contribute is better for long form because I'm not always and part of this comes from just being a smaller streamer is I don't always have funny shit to say. I don't always have interesting shit to say. The first hour of stream was just me rambling about League of Legends and esports with a viewer in chat. And it's like that's cool. It's not super consistent with stuff, but it's cool. It's fun. I like doing it. Um but whereas with a VOD, you've got the whole experience. You have the continuity across the thing. Oh no! Don't do it, Elward. No, please. I would love to play League again if Vanguard didn't exist. I stopped playing competitive games because I hadn't really addressed my mental health problems very well, and I was just constantly angry all the time, and I didn't need League of Legends making it worse. Now I'm angry all the time, but I have it focused towards better things. Um, and I'm less prone to taking that out on the people around me, even if they are just complete fucking morons, and it's a wonder that they can play games with their monitors off. Gosh, that welled up a little too easily. Um, but I don't trust kernel level anti-cheat. Riot Games made the announcement that they were bringing Vanguard to League of Legends, and then like 2 weeks later, we had the CrowdStrike problem. So even just with random cows crashing your stream. Oh yeah, I've heard that one before. What was the quote from Northern Lion? Uh, it's like he's like Germa, where impossibly beautiful autistic women fall asleep to his streams. It's like that's goals. That'd be great. Um, they banned League here for everyone under 18. Oh my gosh, what? To protect kids, except no kids are being protected. Oh gosh, I could go on for another hour about that shit. Can I not have this smoke fly in my face, please? About the pearl clutching legislators around the world that are pushing forward things to protect children when we're not regulating AI and large surveillance companies, and we're not holding pedophiles in charge of whole fucking countries to account, or the billionaires who run countries and lobby for their interests. And gosh, I'm doing it again. Man, I just can't get away from it. Man, it's like everything's actually just shit. And I have a justified reason for being angry about everything. Gosh, I'm so sorry to disturb your lovely vintage story experience with me rambling about politics so many times. Ugh. I set that rule for myself a long time ago because I didn't want to ostracize people for like having different political beliefs. And it's like I live in 2026 now. Fuck that, man. Like there are plenty of people who go rail off on me. And it's like, oh, it's just another fucking liberal that doesn't know what he's talking about. And it's like, whatever. If you really knew me, you'd know my thoughts about the Democratic Party and partisanship in general. But no, we're not getting into that today. I might make a dedicated day for that. Maybe I'll do like Monday streams or something, and I'll take a moment to vent my frustrations about real world problems. But I also kind of don't want to do that because a lot of people go to streams to like escape the shit that's going on in the real world, myself included. And it's like it comes back down to the politics thing. It's like, oh, I don't want to hear about politics. I don't want to hear about how bad the world is. And it's like too fucking bad. It's my stream. I will complain. I will bitch about things that are outside of my control, and you can listen or you can go away. I don't do this for a living. I do it for fun. I like getting riled up and talking about things that are important to me because I've got a fucking conscience, and apparently that's a liability to have in 2026. God. Ugh. I have a lot of energy today. I love having streams where I'm not so depressed that I can actually just talk about the things that I care about. Oh, it's a good day. The things I spent years doing was just going to underprivileged neighborhoods and walking. Ah. I don't know that I could do. I mean, I could do canvassing. I've spent so long, funny enough, learning how to mask and trying to be approachable to people and learning how to speak my mind and speak in a way that manages my tone and is friendly and I'm approachable to people. Um, but I it's not really the kind of work I would see myself doing, especially not around where I'm at. Because I'm in like deep red territory, right? Um, but it's not to say that it wouldn't be useful. I don't know. I think about that stuff a lot. Get this. I think about running for office, like local office, all the time. But I've got some misgivings about being an autistic person with chronic depression who has an online uh, presence in the modern age. Like it's really easy to dig shit up on people and also misconstrue it to people who aren't paying any fucking attention. So, kind of shot myself in the foot for that already. People trying to work accept as much. Be like, hi, shit, that food smells good. I mean, it's a good way to, as long as you're not like trying to imply, hey, you gonna finish that? Yeah, it's a good way to start a conversation. Food unifies people. Um, and honestly, it'd be a great conversation opener talking about people who are talking about the hunger crisis. Though I don't think my preferred tactic of leading with starvation, every death of starvation is murder in a country that has such a surplus of food. That's probably not the way to start. That's got a very bleeding heart, commie liberal kind of bend to it. That wouldn't work here, but oh yeah, I'm from Arkansas, but I'm from one of the blue areas in Arkansas. I've been in both. All right, so we're gonna work on. Oh, I was gonna start work on the anvil, but it's break time. Man, my ramble got too deep. I'll do the base of the anvil, um, and put it on to heat, and then we'll do the top of the anvil. No, we'll do the top of the anvil because the top of the anvil is easier. The base of the anvil is a pain in the ass. People thinking people shouldn't starve to death in the richest country on earth makes you a communist. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, good news. Good ramble. Great fucking news. Was it the Netherlands? There's a European country that passed a vote that forces markets to not throw out all of their spare food. If they've got spare food, they're required to take it to food banks and not fucking bleach their food like maniacs. That's great. I love that. I don't think we'll ever have that here anytime soon, but that's great. Like that makes me so happy, man. Like it what a wild fucking concept, right? It's like you're not selling this food, but you're gonna poison it so poor people can't dumpster dive for it. And it's like we have one country in the world that's made official legislation barring that from being a thing. It's like, that's so fucking grim. But I'm glad we've got one. That's a good thing. Like, man. How you doing? You just learn to talk. I mean, that's also part of it is like, if you're gonna, if you're canvassing or you're just trying to spread a message of some kind, God forbid you're one of the Mormons around here, you just talk to people like they're people, not like they're cattle or some profit margin. Just talk to them like they're people. You'd be amazed what you could do. Of course, me, I also don't get out a whole lot, so there's maybe some disclosure I gotta make there. But being personable and talking to people, treating people like they're people, it's pretty self-explanatory, I think. Yeah, one country doing it is an infinite improvement over none. Exactly. Gosh, I cannot read these voxels. Everything's just yellow. Yeah, this moment right here is what I was talking. Why I titled the stream the way I did. It's titled "Tink Tink Tink Tink," but it's mostly just been a lot of rambling that has now it started to delve into politics. Just kind of masked off at this point. Nobody believes they're evil. Yeah, everyone's got a justification for things. And whether we agree on those justifications or not is chance at this point. And I think it's worth pointing out that for all the things that make me angry, I I get the component to greed. I won't justify it, but I get it. There are plenty of folks who don't think they're evil because they're just trying to, well, for one, a lot of them are working in self-interest, but some of them are working in what they believe is the interest of others. It could be family, it could be their constituents, it could be people in their social group, like their religious group. Though I will absolutely go the fuck off about religious freedoms another time. But I get it. That doesn't make it right, necessarily. Abusing people because you think it's right. But there's still the fact that they are a person. And while I may not necessarily agree with them, I may not think that their views need to be aired or even remotely considered because they're reprehensible. They're still people, whether we want to admit it or not. If you work to dehumanize your opposition, you're not any better than them. And it's important to point out. Like, I will absolutely joke about eating the rich, right? But I would really, really rather we just do things right instead of devolving to ultimate consequences. That'd be great. Not that they would give a shit about it, but ideally, we'd have other solutions to these problems. But that is a rant for another day, and I might leave that rant to the Discord because I'm steadily approaching some really iffy like TOS territory if I were to speak my actual opinions. So let's not get there. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing when you have a drastic life choice that forces you to have empathy and compassion for someone weaker than you. It's amazing what that does for your life. I say, as a cat owning, childless millennial sitting in his home speaking to an empty room and playing video games. I'm going to take a quick break on that note. We'll do a longer stream today because I'm feeling chatty. I'll see you all in just a few minutes. Thank you for sticking around. Empathy is a sin. Oh my gosh. I'll see you in a bit. Hello. I'm back. I decided I needed to. I got myself some more tea, steeping. And I got a new shirt because that shirt I was wearing is really nice, but it tends to get really sweaty. And then the second I stood up with all my fans on, it's like gross. Anyway, also out of breath because I went up and down my stairs like 3 times. Let's see. We're gonna have to heat this anvil up again, and I need another. How many bits do I need for this? I'm gonna need like an entire new ingot. Nice to take a moment, just let loose a little bit, and then decompress a bit. Lots of things get me pissed off these days, but I'm not perpetually angry like I used to be. Got a lot of reasons to be, but I try very hard not to be. Funny enough, it's the where'd that extra? Oh, I put the extra chest over here. I don't need this here right now. One of the big things for me was listening to an audiobook of On Anger by Seneca and really taking it to heart. Really, it, there's only so much you can really glean from a nation state that still regularly had slaves and believed in things like humors, but there's some actually like fascinating advice that has some pretty modern application to it as well. Um, it is a phenomenal series of writings. It was literally just letters to someone else. It wasn't made to be like a book. In the same way that Marcus Aurelius's meditations were just writings for himself. It was just like journaling. And he had no real intent for them to be published. They were just for him. It's great stuff. But I do my level best to not constantly be angry, because burning yourself out for things that you cannot control, it's not exactly healthy. Okay, I have to set this aside. Mark this ingot. Get the rest of this anvil done. Well, I think we should be getting a warning about a temporal storm sometime soon. I think. Hang on a second. Oh, whoops. Did I? Oh, I put my hammer on the shelf. I don't know. I stepped away from the fire for a second, and now I'm just kind of mellowing out. I really do want to lean into speaking using my voice, because even if I don't have a whole lot of confidence in it, apparently a lot of people around me do. So I figure it's worth a shot. Okay. Of course, I suppose there's something to be said about just building confidence in myself, but if that were as easily done as it is said, well, I don't think we'd be having this conversation. Clearly, I'd be much wealthier and living in some tropical region with loads of money that I don't know how to spend. Clearly, that's the most reasonable expectation to have out of having self-confidence. Oh, I had a window pop up in my face. What the hell? Okay, got one more voxel, and then I can chop the rest off. Alright, so now we've got our anvil top. We'll work on the anvil bottom, which debatably sucks more. The anvil bottom is a really awkward shape, and it will take some time to work out. But I need the iron anvil if I want to work steel, but I'm also not going to be working steel anytime soon until I go out and find bauxite, so I can actually make the furnace for it. Wasn't I going to make a hell hammer for this shit? I was. Man, what am I doing? Make a hammer. I don't know what the state of our flax is, but I'm pretty sure it's not harvestable. We still have a couple weeks for that. It's gonna be July. It's growing, but it's not there yet. I could forge the head, but let's go ahead and make the toggle first. So I need resin, I need fat, I'm gonna need a hammer and a chisel. Take the hammer, chisel somewhere in storage. Alright, so we need the Helve Hammer base. Chisel, resin, hammer. Then we need the toggle, which takes an axle, and I need logs for that. Ah, I am going to need a lot of fat for the axles and gears. Kind of forgot about that part. Okay, so axle, boards, resin, hammer, chisel, fat. There we go. Now I need to actually make the Helve hammer. So that's just 2 boards and the head. So then we have the toggle there. We have the arm. The anvil will go here. So let's go ahead and get this forged. And we'll make a head out of it. Do need to check. Iron Helve Hammerhead takes 2 ingots. Okay. Oh, shoot. Need to get another balloon going. I'm just going to set the anvil top aside because it's not going to do anything for me right now. I'm sure putting an 1100 degrees Celsius piece of metal in a wooden chest is perfectly safe. Okay. Guess I need to make some more food too. I've basically eaten all of my meals, I think. Used up all of the meat. Got plenty of grain on hand. Got mushrooms and carrots. I should probably press this fruit too. Getting just a handful of the extras, but I want to press the rest of this into juice so I can turn it into wine, and then turn the pressed fruit into dried berries for pies and fruit bread, just something with some longevity. You know what, let's get this other ingot on the fire. Nice. Perfect. Alright, and then we get to make the Hellhammer head. Okay, so the back's already clear. We're good. Perfect. So then hammerhead. I don't have to quench that for quality. It doesn't matter. We just need the hammer. Perfect. So then the anvil will go here. And we can work iron blooms on it. There. I think I'll just move this lantern to the back. Now the trouble is, we also just need an entire mill to go with this. And getting the power output's actually going to be a bit of a pain. But I think it's worth just trying to do now, maybe. Or I put it off and I make food and finish the rest of the anvil and the mill later. I think the food's probably more of a pressing issue. With that in mind, let's move some of this stuff around. Because I want to keep the forge and the anvil close. That'll do. I'll leave the fat and the resin in here, I think. Oh, speaking of resin, our pine trees should be ready. The ones I prepared a little while back. Because this is perfectly balanced and not overpowered at all. Just having like 25, 30 resin on demand every few days. Yeah, that's good stuff. I wonder if I should try and bring some of those hogs around here down the line. Gosh, I don't even think I've seen a stack of resin before. I use it so much. Okay, we can toss some of this stuff out. I'm going to be using that for building material. You know what would be nice? I could go logging and fill up our charcoal pit. But I'll do that later. Food first. Getting kind of peckish myself, too. May just order some delivery. There's one benefit of having moved my stream earlier is now, when I'm done with stream, if I don't feel like making dinner afterwards, I can just order it, and the stuff is still open. Let's make, I'm gonna save the flax to make breadcrumbs for the chickens. Let's make some spelt breadcrumbs. And we'll make some soup. We'll do mushroom and carrot soup in meat broth with breadcrumbs. Now, I'm wondering, I've got a mixing bowl. I have to look at the recipe for making dough. Because I think if you add... Well, I don't have yeast starter. And I don't have salt. So I guess, yeah, just doing normal dough with water is fine. I don't have to do the mixing. I just use a bucket. Wherever my bucket went. And we've got the birch syrup and meat broth. Yeah, okay. Now this room's a cellar, so this stuff's gonna last for a while. I could make fruit bread too, if I wanted. I think it can wait. Just need to get this heated up. Something interesting with Wilderlands? What's up? Apparently the spawns there depend on the moon cycle. Huh. That's kind of neat. Alright, so we've got 12. That'll grind down to breadcrumbs. And it should show here in the menu. Yeah, you can use this in soups. That's soup. A slot of stock. Yep, that'll work. Oh, you can just use straight up blood from butchering. That's right. I forgot about that. You can make blood soup. But that should... Spelt breadcrumbs, is it 1 to 4? Or is it just 1 to 1? I guess it's just 1 to 1. So we have 12 servings. Well, let's say I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, that sounds interesting. It's the only game I think I've ever seen a mechanic like that before was Minecraft with the slime spawning oscillating with the moon cycle. That's pretty cool. Okay, I should just be able to do 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then another 6 in here. I may be able to do more. I don't remember what the ratio of bread to breadcrumbs was.
And now, Secret
jeez.
Horse.
Hi, Squid. I hope you're doing well. I don't know if you've been lurking or if you just showed up. If you just showed up, you missed some pretty heated conversation out of me. Talking about the industry and Gen AI and political shit. I usually don't talk about politics on stream, but I got riled up about some stuff that I'm passionate about. Hey, now, I don't want to be the stick in the mud, but I don't appreciate that being said that way. I know you don't mean it like the people who are just trying to use it as a racial epithet analog. And it's like, oh, but it was used in Star Wars The Clone Wars. And it's like, no one's using it in a Star Wars The Clone Wars context. It's like, I hate being that guy, but I would appreciate not perpetuating the clankers meme here. It's just, it's gross. It's a me thing, I know. And a lot of it feels like, oh, you're just being over dramatic. You're just, whatever. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you hearing me out on it. It's not... I had this problem with Monkey Station. With like the Vanderlyn stuff that I was rambling about earlier this week. Is the clanker shit too. Cause like there were people perpetuating the meme in Monkey Station because I'm a cyborg player, right? And it's like I really don't want to be dealing with this shit. Like, I'm not here to like police people's speech, but it just makes me really uncomfortable because if I had any faith that it was just being used in the Star Wars context, sure, not a problem, doesn't bother me. But when it starts getting really out of hand and suddenly it starts getting really reminiscent of real life stuff, that's where the line gets drawn for me. And I have the utmost faith that that is not the case for you. But it is just it's something I try to avoid in not in my house, maybe in yours, but not in mine. And again, thank you for hearing me out. I feel not self-conscious about it. It's something I put my foot down on for a reason. But I don't know. I don't know how to put my feelings about it into words better than that. Like, I was really looking forward to the game Eugenics, right? And I think I touched on this a little bit during the Abiotic Factor playthrough with Kumi and Whitney. I was really looking forward to playing Eugenics, and then I caught wind of that rock, paper, shotgun interview that Edward McMullen had about recording recording the meowing for the cats. Oh, that's not the button I meant to hit. I meant to hit this button. Where's the cat? There she is. Oh, it's moved in the wrong place. Let me fix that real quick. And the problem I've got with it is that he's platformed like anti-LGBTQ people, you know, anti-Palestinian people. A lot of these people he knew had like genuinely heinous opinions about people's rights, and some really like provocative political stances. Yes, I'm bugging the hell out of you. Don't. I'm gonna get that belly. I'm gonna get that belly. Get that belly. And it just immediately turned me off from picking up the game. But the thing is, it's just fucking cats meowing. It's not that big a deal. It's really not. But it's still really not great. And so you get in I get in this awkward spot of, is this the hill I'm gonna die on? And it's like, well, I can live without a video game, but living against my personal principles is harder. But it gets more awkward when it comes to like enforcing it in this space, because it's like, again, it's not a huge fucking deal. You know, it's just a word, and it's not even being used in a racist context. But it's gross. People have made it gross. It's like AI itself is not inherently bad, but people have made it gross because it's rampant with theft and a lot of really unsavory associations. Grok is a great example. Generative AI for like helping medical professionals. Great. Generative AI to put bikinis on pictures of people, including minors. Not great. I don't know why this is a controversial take, but to some people it apparently is. But you start to get to the more middle grayish areas where it's easy to write off as like, oh, you're just being over dramatic. You're overthinking shit. Yeah, no, they're the more oldish people really have problems with criticism about Grok. Why am I suffocating? Oh, because I have no vent in my room for air. Okay. I didn't think about that. Does thatch count for a cellar? Thatch does not count for a cellar. I didn't think about this. I made this area sealed so that it would count as a cellar, and then forgot that I'm cooking things and making smoke in it. Oh, it looks like it's subsided a bit now that most of the cooking's finished. I love carbon monoxide poisoning. Really just feels good in my brain hole. But anyway, I didn't mean to like short circuit you coming here with that. I do appreciate having you here. I didn't mean to immediately just transition into admonishing you and then waxing poetic about like personal shit. Sorry about that. Hi. It's good to see you. It's always good to see you. I'm just having that kind of day. Genuinely, sorry about that. Like I said, I've been on a roll today. You kind of came in on the aft end of it. Alright, I'm gonna sleep and we're gonna do some logging. I think I'm gonna get some charcoal cooking. And then we wrap up. Yeah, I appreciate that, Squid. I forget sometimes that there are people that are actually reasonable. Yeah, I appreciate you. I really do. Let's see. I still don't have enough. I don't have enough for the lumber sling, do I? No, because I need the twine, and all I've got is the stitches. Oh, but the commodities trader should have reset. So let's go visit them and see if we can get something on sale. Sell some more crates, sell some more peat, and get some more candles or some more linen. Linen twine would be fantastic because I need to make bags. And it takes the twine and not the sheet. That is another thing, though, Squid, is I'm trying to find the right things to actually care about, things that, like, matter to me, but then, he's got halite. Oh, crap. Okay, so, two pine, 2 maple. There's a strong temptation to make some pickaxes for him. I could do some tin bronze pickaxes, no problem. Because I want that salt. That would be great for preservation. Preserve some meat. Get some more linen. Ooh. Finding the right things to care about, and then also kind of just discarding the rest. Because it's really easy to just get outraged about every fucking thing. It's like it's not everything is worth not every hill is worth dying on. Is my bow stave dry? Almost, but not quite. Okay, chickens are still alive. Alright, so 2 maple crates and 2 pine crates. And I've used the pine already. Where's my saw? Oh, I need a little more. Just start playing King of the Hill. I need to go and watch the new series for that. My folks were telling me it was pretty good. Oh, I'm down a... I don't have enough pine boards. Come on. Said I was going to go logging, and then I immediately got distracted, and I am not doing that. But it's for halite. I don't want to go prospecting for halite, because prospecting for halite is such a pain. If I don't have to do it, I'm not going to do it. Like, actually just forging 3 tin bronze pickaxes would be better. I don't have any bismuth on me, so that's not happening. Do I have... I should have plenty of tin bronze, yeah. Now my question is, I'm using the mod, I'm using Toolsmith. Does just crafting the tool head with a stick normally count for those pickaxes? That is the question. Damn, I wish that sound effect was a little bit quieter. That is so loud. Let's see. Grab the gears I've got. I should probably put that sandpaper in the chest with the other tool stuff. Take care of organizing some of this stuff. Spile mold. Cauldron mold. I'll probably make another cauldron too. One for the tannery and one for the kitchen. Start putting some of these tools away too. Okay, pickaxe head. Kinda need you out of the way. Can't see what the hell I'm doing. Did I level up in metalworking? Not yet. Yeah, no, I was thinking to myself, is this really worth it? But a single tin bronze pickaxe is 12 gears, and he has a demand for 3? That's plenty of halite, since I think he has like 9 orders of halite worth 3 gears apiece. Like, I could buy that and still have some change left over, if I remember the numbers right. That's absolutely worth it, because that is just more food preservation. I can make sausage, I can, halite's important to pickle vegetables so that I can make cheese if I end up getting, well, you can't milk boars, so I have to find sheep, or goats. We've seen, Valais goats on past that hill back there, but I think they get hunted. Or, I've hunted them and they haven't respawned, rather, because I don't think bears hunt them. Okay. So we'll quench these. That's my hammer that I didn't mean to throw. Let's just go ahead and put the Helve Hammer parts in the chest. Now, worst case scenario, if he doesn't take these, I can just break them down into tool heads. I'm gonna sharpen them. That's probably a good idea. It's 95% durability, but I don't know if the sharpening will interfere with that or not. Okay. So we'll take this out, go get some halite. Hopefully he takes the picks, or this will have just been a waste of time. I said I was going to fill the charcoal pit. I think I may just do that on my own. Because we're coming up on another hour, and I think I would like to go get some food. Maybe some Taco Bell or something. I don't know. But I'm hungry. I have not eaten since like noon, and it's 9:15. No, that's not true. I had a snack at like 2. Okay. Looks like he'll take these. Looks identical to me, mostly. That works. Oh, damn it. And I don't have the stuff for bismuth bronze, and I never have the stuff for black bronze, because I would use that gold and silver for lanterns. So... wait, hang on. See, a supply of 9, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice. You're talking to a whoopee cushion? Yeah. Think of it like, Don't Starve. It's kind of like that. Now, you sell 16 copper nuggets for 2 gears, or you sell 2 nails and strips for 2 gears. It's 80 units of copper versus 1 ingot's 80. It's like half an ingot's worth of copper. It would actually be better to buy the nuggets, but it's less effort to buy the nails and strips. I'll probably just save my gears. I know of a few other traders. What if the furniture traders got anything useful? Because I've got, what, 18 gears? I could just bring some boards by, too. Like, if I just grab all the lumber I've got and bring my saw with me, I can probably sell some stacks of boards. Just for some pocket change. I really hope that with the trader rework stuff that's coming, or at least the base rework, maybe they'll start giving traders different voices. Because like so far, all of them are just the one voice. The saxophone. Meanwhile, the only voice I can really play with is the tuba on really low tone, because for some reason, if I play with a different tone, higher pitch, I get jump scared by like the most mundane shit. Taking like little bits of fire damage just makes me jump out of my skin when it's like a high-pitched flute screaming in my ear. But the tuba I can handle. Gosh, I hope I don't run into any bears out here. I'd hate to have more leather. There's also no water source here for me to cheese them with, so I'd actually just have to run. Alright. Building materials trader. Oh, you can... Oh, I see. I see. You buy the lumber, not the boards. You sell mortar? I'll take some mortar. That's pretty good. I don't know if I have... I didn't bring my saw with me. That's fine. So you'll take a stack of oak, a stack of pine, and a stack of birch. Would you shut up? Trying to think. Oh, no, that's selling fire clay. I got a little excited there for a second. Yeah, I really want to buy mortar, because then I don't have to make it myself. It's really easy to make those, so I might not. Like, mortar's, like, dirt cheap. Okay, I need a stack of maple and a stack of birch. That shouldn't be too hard. I didn't even look at the demand for the lumber, actually. Okay, so 4 stacks of each. I could do that. I don't think there are any maple trees in this region. But there should be some over there where it's a little wetter. Okay, so we've got the pine. Now I just need the rest. What I really need to do is I need to go out really far, what was it, really far southwest or northwest, where there were redwoods. Those are fine charcoal making trees. Actually, wait. Is that redwoods up on the hill? No, it's not humid enough here for redwoods. That would be silly. Those are probably larch. Those can get pretty large. Oh, I really should have taken Steeplechaser, man. I hate climbing hills like this. Yeah, those are larch trees. Good for charcoal, though. I may end up getting some saplings from that. Alright, we're looking for oak. I see one in that pile of trees. I can't tell if those on the right are larch or oak, but I think those are larch. Okay, a little bit more. And then we can pick up the birch back in that forest where the trader is. This tree's really big. What the hell? Yeah, there's no way I'm carrying all this home. Don't need the seeds. Really don't need the spare boards. I just want the extra logs. Do I want the oak seeds? I've got oak trees at home. But they're... If I take the seeds home, I can get more logs at home rather than having to come out for the stuff. Yeah, I guess. Because it's so hard to get seeds from trees just by chopping them. You're supposed to break all the branches down, but if you don't have shears, it's really, really slow. Let's just get this stuff sold. I thought there'd be maple over there. There was not. But yeah, if I'd thought that this guy would just buy logs, I probably would have been coming by here to sell every few days more often. I really feel like there's supposed to be a temporal storm coming. And I'm kind of confused why we haven't gotten a warning about it. Oh, only 3. Yeah, okay. It was too much. Shut up. You didn't have enough demand for that. It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to yap my ear off. We're good. We're fine. Chop down another tree. You lazy asshole. You're in a forest full of trees. It's like, if I were in a sea of halite, I wouldn't be buying it from that guy down the road. But you, I'm just doing chores for you. But hell, I'll take your money. Okay. 4 stacks of birch, jeez. Is there anything I want to buy? A digging experience book is actually pretty good. Probably save it. I'm not going to buy the mortar. I thought about it. I'm not going to. Plaster. The wallpapers are nice. But I think it can wait. The saws are not really worth the price. He only wants one of all the tools. Yeah, I'll just come by here to sell you crates, I guess. Because your price for crates is higher than the other guy. Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That wasn't bad, though. Got some wood, like I said I was gonna, even though I'm probably just gonna end up saving this for tanning. Got plenty of gears. I got halite. Got some more linen. As a matter of fact, no. The other trader doesn't have any more linen in stock. How about the last one? It was a good session. A lot of stuff to talk about. Got some tedious work done in the process. While I'm waiting to do the fun stuff. Once I've got a helve, and once I've got windmills to automate stuff, that's when things get really fun. Wait, no, that wasn't a birch. That was where the pine went. I don't think I had a birch crate. But I am going to head off for the night, because I am hungry. Very peckish. So, I hope you all have a lovely night. I hope you take care of yourselves. Hope you have a nice weekend. I'm going to go celebrate my brother's birthday tomorrow. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.